Hare Krishna, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Namo Vishnupadaya, Krishna Krishnaya, Bhutale Srimade, Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatarine, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Mukam Karoti Vachanam, Pangum Langaite Girim, Yat Patam Ham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatali. Hare Krishna. So today is the verse number 2nd of chapter 15, Purushottam Yoga. So Krishna is explaining about the tree of the material world. And yesterday we saw that it is a reflection of the tree in the spiritual world. So its roots and the branches and twigs are downwards. So now Krishna explains more about this tree, how it is made. Okay. Adascha urdhvam prashutas tasya shakha
Adaschodvam prasirtastasya shaka.
Guna pravruddha vishay pravala.
Guna pravrta visaya pravala.
Adascha mulani anusantatani
Adascha molanyanu anusantatani.
Karmanu bandini manushya loke.
Karmanubandhini manushaloke.
Hey, please chant.
Adaschodvam prasirtastasya shaka. Guna pravrta visaya pravala. Adascha molanyanu santatani. Karmanubandhini manushaloke.
अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रतिष्ठास्तस्य सखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रलाः अधश्च मूलानि अनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So, translation and purport. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by three modes of material nature. The twigs are the objects of senses. And this tree also has its root going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. Purport. The description of the banyan tree is further explained here. Its branches spread in all directions. In the lower parts, there are variegated manifestations of living entities, human being, animal, horses, cows, dogs, cats, etc. These are situated on the lower parts of the branches, whereas on the upper parts are the higher forms of living entities, the demigods, Gandharvas, and many other higher species. As the tree is nourished by water, so this tree is nourished by the three modes of material nature. Sometimes we find that a tract of land is barren for want of sufficient water, and sometimes a tract is very green. Similarly, where particular modes of material nature are proportionately greater in quantity, the different species of life are manifested accordingly. The twigs of the tree are considered to be sense object. By development of the different modes of nature, we develop different senses. And by the senses, we enjoy different varieties of sense objects. The tips of the branches are the senses, the ears, eye, nose, etc., which are attached to the enjoyment of different sense objects. The twigs are sound, form, touch, and so on, the sense objects. The subsidiary roots are the attachments and aversions, which are byproducts of different varieties of suffering and sense enjoyment. The tendencies towards piety and impiety are considered to develop from this secondary root, which spread in all directions. The real root is from Brahmaloka, and the other roots are in human planetary system. When one enjoys the results of virtuous activities in upper planetary system, he comes down to earth and renews his karma or fruitive activities for promotion. This planet of human being is considered the field of activities. So here is the description how this tree is, and from the description it looks like very complicated. So branches, adha and urdhvam, the branches are going, shakha means branches are going up and down. So what does it signify is that what Krishna has told in 14th chapter, that if you are in mode of goodness, you go upwards. If you are in mode of ignorance, you go downwards. So the living being, by his actions or the modes in which he is, he can either go upward or downwards. Upward is good because it's towards the Satyaloka or Brahmaloka. So the root is upward. So the living being can go. So the branches are going up and down also. So that signifies how we can travel in different planets in this material, within this material universe. Adhascha mulani anusantatani. Adhascha means going down. The mulani, the roots, are also going down. And why it is going? Karma anubandhani, because we are bound by the karma. So actually, if we see these two verses are the further explanation of the what Krishna was explaining in the last chapter about the three modes. So this guna pravruddha. So by the guna, by the modes, we are traveling up and down. So this, though this is chapter 15, this is continuous talk of Krishna. So from 14 to 15, there is no question as such. It's just Krishna is explaining. So if you see, it is the continuity. In between, Krishna explained about he explained the gunas and how a person behaves. And then he answered the question of Arjuna, that how one can transcend this. So he told that, okay, by bhakti you can transcend. But again, Krishna comes to the explanation of the three modes. And then there he gives more details, that with a metaphor of the tree. So here also he is mentioning that guna pravruddha, because of the modes, the person will go up and down. And the roots are also going down. So generally root go upwards, but these roots go down because by the karma, we get bound. And the more we get bound, it's difficult to go up. Okay, you can go up, means on the heavenly planets, but still the karma results finish, then you have to come back. So the cycle continues. So it binds us. The karma actually binds us. And pravalaha, vishaya pravalaha. This is the twigs. Actually, the twigs are come out from the branches. One branch, and there will be twigs. And to the twigs, actually, the flowers or fruits, they come. Right? So here, the twigs are compared to the sense objects. So Vishay, subject. Vishay means a subject. So what is the subject of enjoyment? Are the sense objects. Now form, taste. So what we do? We enjoy them. And when we enjoy them, we get bound. Karma anubandhani. Once you enjoy it, either you will like it or you will not like it. If you like it, then you will want it more. If you don't like it, then we try to avoid it. What we call aversion. So we try to avoid that particular situation again. So in any case, sometimes we feel like avoiding a situation which impacts you is a good thing. It's a good thing temporary, but that aversion or that avoiding that particular thing is actually binding us. How it is binding? That once I avoid a particular situation, then I develop a tendency to avoid the similar situation again. It does not finish there. And when I develop a tendency to avoid that situation will come again. So this goes on. So that is why the secondary roots are going down. So So this is the situation of all of us. So we sometimes avoid, sometimes like, then we get attached. We try to avoid, we try to detach, but we cannot detach. So Krishna is telling this because to show how complicated it is, and if you work within the modes from passion to ignorance or to goodness, still you will just go up and down this tree. You're not going to go anywhere above this tree or transcend this tree. I was reading one purport by Srila Prabhupada. It's explanation about Balram or Nityananda Prabhu. So there Srila Prabhupada writes that this world or this material world is just creation. There is always some creation going on. Destruction and creation is going on. So our body, the cells in the body, some die, some are created. So karma is always created. Some karma we burn, some karma we create. Right from Brahma till now also, everything is being created or destroyed, created or destroyed. So that is what passion and ignorance. So in material world, the mode of passion is when we want to create, we want to endeavor. So this material world is like that. And we'll always like to create something. And by that we get bind. But then Gyanis or yogis or Ashtangis, what they do, they try to stop all the activities to come out of this. But that is not the correct solution, because you don't realize the supreme truth. So Krishna will of course explain about the goal and how to do it in this chapter also. But here Krishna is trying to tell how difficult it is to understand. So like in the 11th chapter, when Arjuna saw the universal form, he was confused where it starts, where it ends, uh, how many faces, how many eyes, how many things are there. So he was confused and he said, I cannot see this form now. It is fearful. I cannot see it. So this tree, what Krishna is explaining last verse and this one, is also very difficult to comprehend what exactly it is. And in that tree, we are going up and down, sidewise here and there, and we don't understand what exactly is the purpose and where to go. And we just get bound by the roots going down. So all the situation looks very miserable. What exactly is this? Like, uh, then how we enjoy in that situation also? Because ignorance is bliss sometimes. How it is bliss? We don't know the reality of the material world. So we keep enjoying, and we don't know what's going to happen in future. We just, for that moment, we enjoy. The results, we don't know. So if the result comes, whatever. So that way, ignorance is bliss sometimes. We enjoy the ignorance. So the people who don't know Bhagavad Gita, who don't know any spiritual subjects or anything, they just enjoy, because for them that is everything. So uh, Krishna is telling this so that the people in Kali Yuga understand what we are going through. We should not think that we are enjoying here. Of course, enjoyment is there, but that is temporary. It cannot be eternal. We want eternal, but that is not possible in this material world, because there is always creation and destruction. And there's this tree, guna pravruddha, by the gunas, it's always controlled. So till the gunas are there will be something going on, happiness or distress or destruction or creation. Nothing about that. So that is the problem that Krishna is telling Arjuna, that please see this tree, how it is, and it is the reflection of what is the reality. So when our mind also likes something, or he don't like something, that is also an image in our mind. So we see in the material world different things and we like it, we avoid it. So the what we see in the material world itself is a illusion. And seeing the illusion, we are again creating illusion in our mind. So it's double, triple illusions happening, and then we get lost. So this is the situation of the material world and the jiva in the material world. So by this, Krishna is actually giving Arjuna the sense of this material world. So this is another way of glorifying the bhakti, what Krishna has told in the last two verses. That bhakti will take you out. So now after hearing these explanations, Arjuna start, like we are thinking, Arjuna also start thinking what exactly is happening, how to come out of this if this is so complicated. So Krishna will explain the answers from the next verse. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So any comments or anything? We all are stuck up. It's okay. We have to get out. How we got stuck up is not important. We have to get out of this. Don't try to find the reason. Try to get out of this. That is the solution. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow with the next verse, and let us see if Arjuna asks questions or Krishna starts explaining, because Krishna will understand from Arjuna's face, I think. Hare Krishna, thank you very much.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, and see you tomorrow.